Hi guys, and welcome back to Simply Forex, the channel dedicated to you, the trader. We want you to be successful in the markets. So guys, I'm going to give you some gold every day. I'm going to let you know which currency pairs I'm looking to trade and which direction. And I'm also going to let you know which news that you must be aware of. So let's take a look at the chart and what I'm potentially going to trade today. Good morning traders, welcome back to Simply Forex. Coming to you live from the Philippines, very beautiful country. It's a little bit windy, as you could probably hear as well. But guys, that's the beauty of trading. You can literally do it from anywhere in the world as long as you've got an internet connection. I'm here for a couple of weeks guys, but yeah, don't worry, I'll be doing the daily morning analysis every single morning as usual. So let's take a look at the charts for today. Top of the morning traders, how are we on this lovely morning? I hope you had a great weekend. Today is Monday, what is today? Monday the 17th of October, in case you didn't know what the day was. And I'm still here in the Philippines, and we have just had a Category 1 typhoon. Yeah, it's sort of past now, but yeah, it goes up to Category 5, and 1 was bad enough. So it's amazing I still have internet and I'm not swept off into a field somewhere. But yeah, crazy dramatic weather in the Philippines. Okay, I digress, guys. So yeah, back to today. We're going to look back at Friday's trades as usual, guys. We're going to look at today's trades, and we're also going to look at the important news for today as well. We're also going to look at a scalping strategy as part of the recap, guys. So don't miss that. We'll do that in the recap. As always, guys, I've got to do a few shout outs. So we've got a Discord channel. Woohoo! There's a link in the comments below the vid, so come join that. Share your ideas with other like-minded traders. It's growing into a wonderful community. What else, guys? Yeah, we won't do the live stream this Wednesday, but next Wednesday we are back in business. And also, guys, if you're interested in being mentored by myself one-on-one, then please email us hello simplyforex@gmail.com. Right, I think that's everything. We've survived the typhoon. Let's take a look at Friday. So we had 2 trades on Friday, and just last week in general, guys, it was quite volatile, lots of whipsawing, changes of direction, and to be honest with you, it's left a lot of the pairs difficult to trade today, and I'll show you a few examples later. But let's look at Bitcoin against the US dollar, because this was one of our trade ideas from Friday. So guys, the idea was to buy this pair. The reasons are this. So price was in a downtrend, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. Price shot up, breaking this last high. Okay, so for me, ever since price has come back down here and this low has held, we have still been in an uptrend because we have higher highs and we don't have a lower low. This low is still holding. Okay, price just keeps bouncing off of this zone. All right, so structure was in an uptrend. All right, and then if I zoom in, guys, yeah, we had this candle form bouncing off of these lows. So the idea was just take price from our grey zone back up to this high or even this higher time frame target. All right, guys, so that was the idea with Bitcoin. Let's look at the H1 now to see what actually happened and how we traded it. So H1, remember this is our how. So guys, we only had the one grey zone, and as you can see, we just didn't get a setup. Yeah, price come up, it did come back into our grey zone. Yeah, so all of this is in our grey zone, but none of these candles tell me buyers have taken control of this market. Yeah, this one definitely doesn't. Yeah, it's the only green candle we have, but it's an inside candle. Yeah, so it's inside the previous candle. So this is not an entry candle for me. Yeah, so nothing in there, guys, that tells me buyers are in control. So I just stayed out of Bitcoin. Yeah, no trade for me on this pair. All right, so that was it. That was one for Bitcoin. Yeah. The next one we looked at on Friday was this. This was the US dollar against the Canadian dollar, and this is the day chart. All right, so yeah, just look at the last two daily candles, guys. That's what I'm talking about, whipsawing. Yeah, sellers are in control. No, buyers are in control. Yeah, we're seeing that across a lot of currency pairs, commodities, the indices. But anyway, let's focus on Friday's trade. So the idea was to short this pair. All right, so price was in a downtrend for me. It was in an uptrend, higher highs, higher lows, didn't create a higher high. Okay, yeah, and then it came down, breaking this low. All right, so for me, structure was in a downtrend as soon as that happened. Price then come back up. Yeah, these last highs here held. Yeah, because we had this very bearish candle form at those last highs. So for me, price was in a downward structure. We had a large bearish candle form at the last highs. So everything was telling me to potentially come back down to these last lows. All right, so that was why we were looking to short this pair, guys. As you can see, we had a very large green candle instead. All right, but let's take a look at this trade, guys. So yeah, we dropped down to the H1, guys. We had this. Okay, so let's zoom. Okay, yeah, about there. All right, guys. So as you can see, if you did trade this pair, because of these large whipsaws, look at this. Because of these whipsaws, the chart is not zooming in. It has too much data to get into the chart. Anyway, so guys, yeah, we were waiting for price. Two things could have happened. Price could have broke this grey zone, come back up, retest this area, and then we come back down. All right, guys. So as you can see, that didn't happen. And then what our second criteria, what we could trade from the H1 was this. Price comes up into this grey zone, and then we get a reaction. And we definitely get that, guys. So if I come here, we get that with this candle here. All right. So maybe some of you entered on this candle, guys. If you did enter on this H1 candle, we have to wait for a bit of a retrace, yeah, because your target is down here. This is your first target, this last H1 low. So if you entered on the close of this candle and then put your stop above here, yeah, your risk, which is this, yeah, this is your risk, and then this is your reward. So it just doesn't make sense, guys. Okay, so to enter this candle, you would have to wait for a retrace. All right, so perhaps some of you entered here. Okay, but anywhere you enter, guys, you would have got taken out of this. Yeah, your stop would have been here or maybe here. Okay, but you would have got taken out with this candle here. So this candle definitely told me sellers were in control. You would have had to have waited for a retrace to make the risk to reward worthwhile. And even if you did do that, guys, with a view to taking it back down here, you would have got taken out. Okay, price come above our grey zone. Yeah, it was a tricky one because retail sales were mixed. One was better than expected, one was worse than expected, but the dollar still found strength. All right, so yeah, it was just a volatile market last week. But now, guys, what I am going to show you is how to scalp this pair. All right, using this example. Okay, so yeah, this is a scalping strategy that I use. There was someone in the Discord channel, I forget their name, but yeah, they were interested on how to scalp the market. So this is one example of how to scalp the market. Okay, so let's remove this grey zone because it didn't come into play. All right, but as normal, guys, yeah, I look on the daily chart. I then, for my direction, my why am I longing, why am I shorting, why am I staying the hell out of the market, Then I drop down to my H1 chart, and this is where I plot my grey zones, guys, as you can see. Yeah, we've been doing this together for months, years now. Okay, so yeah, so that remains the same. Yeah, day chart is my view of the direction, and then my H1 is how am I going to trade, and that's where I plot my grey zones. I do that for you every morning, so you don't have to. Okay, so this would be my grey zone. Yeah, and this is the H1 chart. But if I'm going to scalp, guys, I will scalp the M15 chart, the 15-minute chart. So let's drop down to this chart. Okay, I don't scalp any lower than this. I know there's some guys, there's some guys look at the 2-minute chart, 5-minute chart, but not for me. The lowest I will go is the M15, guys, but this still presents good scalping opportunities. So this is the M15 chart. We've got our grey zone. So how I trade on the H1, I'm still looking to trade on the M15. My price action, my candlesticks that I'm looking for don't change. All right, my targets don't change. So how I trade remains the same. We're just putting it on a shorter time frame, so I'm in a trade for less time, and therefore I'm scalping. That's how I see it. Okay, so we had a couple of scalping opportunities here. So as you can see, guys, prices come up into our grey zone. Yeah, and then we get, let me zoom right. Then we get this candle here. Okay, for me, this is a bearish engulfing candlestick pattern. So I could enter on the close of this. Yeah, put my stop just above the high. Okay, and I would look to scalp this. Okay, simple as that. All right, reaches our grey zone, candlestick pattern forms on the M15. I start shorting. But then we have to think, what is our target? And let me show you guys. So things don't change. It just changes the time frame is all that changes. So if we look at where would be a logical level to get out of, it would be here. So this zone here, yeah, makes sense. Yeah, this area here, this area here, this area here is offering an area of support. Yeah. If we go to the H1 chart, it will also make sense. Bear with me. We just had a typhoon. We're lucky to have internet. So yeah, look at the grey zone here that I just plotted. I just plotted this grey zone, but it corresponds with these last H1 swing high. And then when it breaks, it's become resistance. So that grey zone, yeah, has become an important level on the H1 and the M15. All right. So if we drop back down to the M15 chart, yeah, this area here becomes a logical place to exit. Okay. So again, how I trade. So I've got in on this candle. Yeah, I enter 100% of my trade here. My stop is here. Once I get down to this grey zone and get my risk to reward of at least 1:1. Yeah, similar how I trade the H1, guys. I still close 80% here. Yeah, and then I leave 20% to run. Okay, remaining 20%. Yeah, so not much changes apart from the time frame, guys. Okay, so this I actually took 2 scalps on this pair, and also why I like to scalp on a Friday afternoon, evening. I don't want to be in a trade all week, and I don't know about you, but the markets can react quite funny on a Friday. Yeah, they can be quite whipsawy as people close positions before the weekend. Yeah, it makes it Friday afternoons to be a little unpredictable. So this was the first scalp that I entered on Friday. Closed 80%, left 20% to run, got stopped out here. Yeah, this candle here took me out. Okay, but I've still made profit. Okay, then I got another opportunity. Okay, so price come back up into our grey zone again. Yeah, great, gives us another opportunity. You could have, yeah, you could arguably get in because you've got these 2 sort of doji candles. followed by a bearish candle. You could have got in on that candle or even the next candle. Okay, both of those candles after these doji indecisive candles tell me sellers are in control. Okay, so again, I scalped it again. All right, a little bit aggressive. I actually got in on this candle. Yeah, so I entered on the close, put my stop above here. Okay, and then what should your target be? As it is on the H1 chart, my target is always the last M15 low or next area of support or resistance. Yeah, and I closed 80% of my trade here. Closed 80%, yeah, which corresponds with these last lows and that area of support that we highlighted earlier. When this come crashing down, I thought I'm a genius. Yeah, I was still in this trade for 20%. I was happy to let that run. Okay, but then Friday afternoons, retail sales, yeah, these all happen. So price comes shooting back up, and then this candle here took out my stop here. Okay, but remember that's only for 20%. So I took 2 profitable scalps on the US dollar, Canadian dollar, and that's exactly how I did it on the M15 chart, guys. So yeah, how I scalp is very similar to how I trade the H1. It's just the time frame becomes lower and I'm in a trade for less time. Okay, simple as that, guys. So yeah, why not try this scalping method, guys? Let me know how you get on with it. Yeah, let us know on the Discord channel or on the comments below. Yeah, and a good time for scalping, like I say, is Friday afternoon, because I don't want to be in a trade for all weekend sometimes. Okay, so yeah, scalping strategy. I hope you enjoyed it. Let's take a look at the today's trades now. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the recap of Friday. Also, I hope you like this scalping strategy that I just showed you. Yeah, try and give it a go, guys. Use it. See how you get on with it. And if you did enjoy that, then please come join us. Subscribe to the channel. Smash that notification button, guys. And also smash the like button. Help support the channel. Thank you very much. Today is Monday, the 17th of October. It's ridiculous how much I cannot remember the day. Yeah, Monday the 17th of October, guys. And we're going to look at a few interesting things and how screwed the markets are, and then I'm going to give you my trade idea for today as well. But before I do all of that, guys, couple of things to mention. We've got a Discord channel, guys. It's there's a link in the comments below the vid, so come join our Discord channel. We would love to have you. You can talk to like-minded traders. Also, guys, this Wednesday we won't have our usual live stream, but the following Wednesday, business as usual, we'll be back doing those. I can't wait, guys. I miss the live streams. I miss all your questions. Your questions are my fuel. And what else, guys? Yeah, and if you're interested in being mentored by myself, then please email us hello simplyforex@gmail.com. All right, so that's all the shout outs, guys. Let's take a look and see what's happening in the markets today. And it's a bit of the aftermath of last week. It was very whipsawy, choppy kind of week. Yeah, difficult trading conditions, but we still managed to make some profit. So let's start with this. So the US dollar index, guys, I feel as if I'm looking at this every 30 seconds. Okay, so yeah, we've got the US dollar index, and as you can see, we had this candle that rejected these last highs, and we was all thinking, okay, maybe the dollar strength is turning around, and then bang, following day we get this bullish candle. Okay, so this alone has made the markets difficult. Yeah, we've got this candle followed by this candle, and I'm going to show you how that's been reflected in a lot of other pairs, commodities, and even indices. So yeah, that's what the US dollar index is doing. Will this grey zone, higher grey zone here, will it hold? We shall see this week. All right. So yeah, but yeah, mixed messages here, guys. If we look at US dollar, Canadian dollar, yeah, that's obviously reflected here as well. Yeah, mixed messages. Yeah, sellers, buyers. Okay. Again, if we look at another pair, Euro US dollar, buyers, sellers. Okay, it's just made the markets difficult to trade, especially some of the US dollar pairs. Okay, so I'm sort of staying away from them today. Yeah, tomorrow might be a different story, but for today, there's too much conflicting information there. But these are not the only pairs. Because of all of this indecision, everything's linked, guys. Everything's linked and correlated. So even if we looked at a different currency pair, Aussie dollar, Swiss franc, yeah, I mean, look at that. Buyers are in control. No, they're not. Sellers are in control. Yeah, we're seeing this contradictory information all over the place. Okay, so Aussie dollar, Swiss franc is another example. Gold against the US dollar. Yeah, sometimes it's not reflected on the day chart. So this is the day chart, guys, for gold. But if we go to the weekly chart, we can still see this conflict with buyers and sellers. Yeah, we've got this upward buying pressure. Yeah, and then last week we had this downward selling pressure. Okay, but you know, this clearly is in a downtrend. But just this information, yeah, the markets aren't trending. They're buyers and sellers are fighting each other. Yeah. Again, let's look at another example. Even if we look at the Dow Jones, guys, this is another perfect example of this. Yeah. Buyers are in control. No, they're not. Sellers are in control. Yeah. We're seeing this across, yeah, lots of currency pairs, the indices, some of the commodities. Yeah, it really is contradictory information. Well, not but buyers and sellers are fighting, and we don't know the winner just yet. Okay, so I just wanted to show you all of that and why the charts were difficult to find a trade for today. But you'll be glad to know, guys, I did manage to find one trade, and it is this. Okay, it is the New Zealand dollar against the Japanese yen. Okay, so what I'm seeing here, guys, if we start with the weekly chart, this will make things a little bit more clearer. So, yeah, on the weekly chart, guys, as you can see, we are in a downtrend. Yeah, so price was in an uptrend, higher highs, higher lows, didn't create a higher high, higher low, okay, and again, didn't create a higher high. So if we're seeing this, guys, is the potential for a breakdown. If an upward trend is not making higher highs, then that is a red flag for me that price could be breaking down. And then sure enough, yeah, price breaks down. Okay, yeah, breaking this last low. Yeah, this candle here. Okay, so weekly structure is in a downtrend. However, yeah, we have been, this is an area of support here, guys, as well. Okay, so must be aware of that. Yeah, this last low over here. But because the weekly structure is in this downtrend, and we've been seeing these huge, well, that's a huge wick, and then the wick from last week, yeah, these wicks here are rejecting price, yeah, and wanting to come down. So the weekly chart gives me some confluence of why I am short in this pair. Then we go down to the day chart, guys. So remember, your job as traders, guys, is to gather confluence. Yeah, the more confluence you gather, the more confidence you will gain in taking the trade. Okay, so that's all I'm doing here is gathering confluence. That's your job as a trader. Yeah, who's in control, buyers or sellers? Gather confluence to give you confidence. I'm going to get a t-shirt with that made, with that put on. Okay, so yeah, as you can see, guys, yeah, we looked at the weekly chart. This is now the day chart, but this is clearly in a downtrend. Yeah, lower lows, broke these lows, this low. Okay, come back up. Yeah, created a new high here. Okay, bounced back down. Price has come back up again. And as you can see with this candle, it's bouncing off that structure again. Okay, so price is in a downtrend and it's bouncing off of this last high here. So if we zoom in, just so you can see that a bit clearer, that's too clear. Yeah, this last high here, yeah, is holding. And then we got this bearish candle form. So for me, guys, I think we could potentially take price back down to these lows. Okay, so let's put a blue higher time frame target in. Yeah, so I'd probably look for around this level here. Okay, guys, so New Zealand Japanese yen, that's our reasons why we are shorting the New Zealand Japanese yen. All right, all that confluence that we gathered. We're now going to drop down to the H1 chart, guys, and this is our how. How are we going to enter this pair? And remember, guys, before you even trade for the day, you need to know what you are doing. Yeah, you need to know where you're going to trade from and how you will enter. You must know this. Visualize what you're going to do before you even do it. Like sportsman, like Lionel Messi does when he takes a penalty. He's already visualized exactly what he's going to do, yeah, with that penalty before he even takes the penalty. Okay, same for you as a trader, guys. So we got the two grey zones here, guys. All right, so price, as you can see, this fills me with joy that H1 structure is in a downtrend. Yeah, higher highs, higher lows, didn't create a higher high, and then price is broken down, breaking this last low. So we love to see H1 structure with our daily view. I love this. I love this more than dramatic weather in the Philippines. So yeah, we're looking for this, guys. Yeah, so first of all, price could do this. It could come back up and hit this grey zone. Okay, and then we want to see a bearish candlestick reaction. Okay, we get into the trade. We take price back down to the last H1 low. Could potentially be here if we get a risk to reward of 1:1. If we don't, guys, yeah, you may have to let the trade run a little bit longer to get our risk to reward. Okay, close 80% and then let 20% run. Okay, guys, can you hear that rain? It's absolutely coming down. Typhoon is back. Anyway, sorry, guys, I digress. So yeah, that's our first trade idea. Comes up to here, get a bearish reaction, close 80% at 1:1, leave 20% to run. Okay. If that doesn't happen, guys, then price could come back up to these last highs. Yeah, test these last highs here. But again, we just want to see a bearish reaction. It could be a bearish candlestick pattern, whatever, guys. Just a candle that tells you sellers are in control. Okay, then we can enter the trade, take price back down to the last H1 low, close 80%, and then leave 20% to run. Okay, down to our higher time frame target. All right, guys, so that's the only trade idea for today. New Zealand against the Japanese yen short. And I've showed you why it was so difficult to find trade ideas today, guys, because of all this buyers and sellers are fighting across many different pairs and even indices and commodities. All right, guys, so yeah, that's the trade idea for today. Let's take a look at the news now. Guys, if you're enjoying this daily morning analysis and want to receive it every single day, Monday to Friday, then come join us. Subscribe to the channel, smash that notification button, and also smash the like button, guys. Thank you very much. Right, news for Monday, the 17th of October. So, guys, as you can see, it is a pretty light news day, guys, yeah? The only 3-star rating that we're interested in is this. At 10:45 London GMT, we got CPI coming out of New Zealand, guys. And as we all know by now how important CPI data is, because inflation's out of control, the CPI figures have become the figures to keep an eye on, guys. So, yeah, nothing until then, but this could really move the New Zealand dollar, guys. So if you're in any New Zealand dollar pairs, you must be aware of this news. But that's it. That's the only piece of news that we're interested in today, guys. All right. That's it. I hope you've enjoyed the vid. If you have, please subscribe, like, and share with your friends. I hope you have a wonderful trading day, guys, and I'll see you tomorrow.